Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Mental Health Talk with yours truly. I am Christina McIntyre. And so, Happy New Year. We're into a brand new year. So, the topic today is going to be a good one because I think it's important. The end of last year is behind us, so we need to start moving towards the future and planning whatever reality we want to be in. Don't forget to follow me on my website, www.becomeyourc.com. Follow me on Instagram at Become Your C, Facebook BYC Become Your C, YouTube BYC Become Your C. You can review all my podcasts from like a year ago and beyond if you're interested in that. Also, I'm on TikTok at Become Your C. I have a book out. It's called Become Your C, 21 Poems to Ignite Your Spiritual Journey. So if you're interested in reading something that helps you think outside of the box, you can message me. There is a link on my Facebook page, Christina McIntyre. Also, if you're interested in learning about the more holistic approach to mental health, everyday living, I sell chakra bracelets and necklaces and keychains that serve as an aid to help you on your spiritual journey towards self-discovery. So if you're interested in having a conversation about that, you can always message me as well. The weather right now is crazy. Typically, a lot of people suffer from depression during the colder months. It hasn't really been that cold, but it's called seasonal affective disorder. So if you're suffering, please reach out to someone, a therapist. If you're into religion, reach out to someone that can help. Also, they have therapy online right now, especially, if you don't feel comfortable going outside. So there's ways that you can help heal yourself. Also, if you're ever at a point where you're contemplating suicide, you're thinking about it, let that not be the option for you. You deserve to be here. You have purpose, and we need you here. They have a 1-800 number. It's 1-800-273-8255, or you can visit them on suicidepreventionlifeline.org. So the topic for this week is goals, planning, and consistency. And I think it's important to bring in the new year to have something in motion and something set in stone. A lot of us make New Year's resolutions, and half of us never really keep them because we're not consistent in our efforts. And that's why it's important to plan so we can reach some goals. I'm going to throw out some definitions. Pretty much we all know what goals, planning, and consistency means, but just to give you a little broader definition. So goals, the definition of that is the object of a person's ambition or effort, an aim or a desired results. Planning, the process of making plans for something, and to plan means a detailed proposal for doing or achieving something, an intention or reason about what one is going to do. And consistency is the achievement of a level of performance that does not vary greatly in quality over time. So these things kind of act with each other, right? In order to reach your goals, you must plan, but you also have to be consistency in the planning process. And a lot of times we want to do things, we want to achieve these things, but we don't have a plan set in motion. It's okay to sometimes just jump into something, but it never really works out like that because you'll be scatterbrained, especially if you suffer from mental health illness, and you want to make sure that you have a backup. When you, it's a saying that if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail, and it's true. Our daily lives are already set in stone for us, right? We do the same things every day, right? We get up, we wash our face, brush our teeth, take a shower, eat breakfast. That is consistency over time. No one has to tell us to brush our teeth. Why? Because we've been doing that for years, so it's been consistent, so it's already ingrained in us. So if you want to reach a new level, new goals, you have to do it repetitively every day in order for it to become ingrained in you. You plan in order to reach your goals. To reach your goals, you must stay consistent in your planning. What does planning look like? So planning is simply writing something down on a piece of paper. We have phones, we have computers, and then that's where you write your goals at. So you're setting yourself up for success. So you have to take time, and this requires you setting time for yourself. I know in the busy of life, it's hard for us to sit down and take a few minutes for ourselves, but I always talk about self-reflection. Try to do it on a daily basis, if not at least a couple times a week. This is how we know that we're reaching something and not just going through the motions of life. A lot of times we just exist. We haven't even experienced what real living feels like because we're so stuck in a robotic state. So planning, goal setting helps you to get to where you want to be. How do you start to plan and where to begin? So you start to plan simply by writing things down. Get whatever tool you need and write down what you want to achieve, and you can do it daily basis, weekly basis, every 3 months, every 6 months, every year. There should be goals that are set along the way. That way you can obtain it and check it off. And a lot of times we set unrealistic goals. Like, don't set something so high that you know you will struggle to obtain it. I believe in setting smaller goals. For myself, I set daily goals, weekly goals, and this year I'm going to set monthly goals. For me, I have to set daily goals because if I don't, with my mental health issues, it'll be too much, right? It'll get so overwhelming. Now I'm thinking about everything that I need to do. And when that happens, I feel like I'm rushed. I feel like I don't have time to do things. So it's important for me to write things down. So I have a planner that I write things down every day, even if it's simple as vacuuming or going to the market. I know that I have to do this day, so it's going to get done this day because it's in my book. You have to make an effort when you do write these things down to make sure they get checked off. A lot of times we put things off till tomorrow, and it was this quote that says, "Do not delay for that which you can do today." So we have a certain amount of time that we're allotted. We sleep, we work. So it's important that we plan our time wisely so that we can fit everything in. You don't have to overwhelm yourself with small goals. That's why you should set small goals daily and weekly goals as well. How do you set your goals? So ask yourself, what do you want to accomplish every day? What do you want to accomplish this week? What do you want to accomplish over the month and so on forth, like the year? Write them down. Put them somewhere where you can see every day. Visually, if we see it, then it's in our face, then we're more prompted to do it. If we write it down in the book, a lot of times we close the book and we don't open it until like a week later. So it's important that if you have sticky notes, post them somewhere, get a vision board. I'm going to practice this year. I slacked off last year about writing my vision out. A vision board helps you see, and it helps you envision what you want to come to life, like create your own reality. So it's important that on your vision board you put things in it in different categories as well. Physically, where you want to be, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, financially as well. It's hard to obtain goals if you can't see it for yourself. So that's why it's important that have that visual stimulation for yourself. And then also, what's realistic and obtainable? So you want to set goals, right? That are realistic and obtainable. Sometimes it's good to think way far ahead, but what I found through the process is it's important to set smaller goals to reach that larger goal. Say you want to save $10,000 a year, so you divide it by 12, you divide it by weekly, and see what you have to do in order to reach that goal, right? So now you're going to have to cut out some spending, you're going to have to rearrange some things. But if that's a goal that you want to achieve, you have to be consistent in your efforts and saving and taking some things back. Maybe don't go out to eat 3 or 4 times a week. Maybe you can cut one of those subscription things off. Like my Netflix has been pinging at me to renew it the last couple months, but it's not an immediate need, so I feel like I don't need it. And especially when you're struggling and you set goals as well, you don't want to have anything that's holding you back. If you want to set a weight loss goal, right, be less realistic. If you need to lose 50 pounds, you're not going to lose 50 pounds in a month. Because one, it's not healthy. Two, you didn't gain them 50 pounds in a month, so it's going to take you longer to lose it. Also, losing weight consistently over time will make it so that you don't gain the weight back fast like you would if you drop the weight too quickly. Also, if you want to plan to get a house, if you want to plan to get a car, you have to set these goals in motion in order to achieve them. And so this goes back to planning as well. And then set time limits. And that's important too, because I think sometimes we put things off like, oh, I got time to do this. We are in limited time. We borrow time on this earth. So it's important that we use each minute that we have, each day that we have to plan accordingly and reach whatever goals that we have. Like yesterday, I didn't think I was going to get everything done. Something kicked into me and was like, we're going to go do this, this, and this. I was able to achieve 4 minor goals plus, or 4 big goals plus a minor goal that I didn't even expect that I would get done, but I did it and I felt great about it. And then celebrate your milestones as well. I think it's important that when we struggle and we achieve a goal, to celebrate our success. Success doesn't have to be celebrated when it's this big, let's say you want to be a millionaire. You have a job now. Your goal is to achieve to become that. But celebrate having a job now. Celebrate having a roof over your head. I think the more that we appreciate and be grateful for what we have, the more that we will accept what's to come, right? How do you stay consistent? So consistency is a thing that I have been working on for a long time. I'm not perfect at it. I'm getting better at it each day. Sometimes I fail myself, right? It's hard to stay consistent, especially when you struggle with mental health disorders. Like if you suffer from depression, like I suffer from depression. And sometimes that mental state, I don't feel like doing anything. So I'll sit in my depression. And this can go on, like at one point it went on for a couple months. So for me now, what I do is, okay, I'm having a depressed state, right? So what I do is allow myself a day, no more than 2 days, to sit in that. And then I tell myself I need to get out of it. Like I know it's not as easy for some people when you're in a depressed state, but sometimes we have to nudge at ourselves when we're going through our mental illness, right? We have to kick ourselves up a notch. I know it's hard when you're struggling and your mental thoughts take over. You feel overwhelmed. You feel like you can't do anything. You don't feel motivated. Most days I don't feel motivated. I want to stay in the bed most of the day. But I have a job to work. I have a child to take care of. I have a household to run. So at some point you have to Be kind to yourself. No, yes, I have this, but I'm going to do whatever I can in that day. And that's what's important. Do as much as you can in that day. That's why it's important to set these goals. And then also figure out when you're having an episode, right? I know with people with bipolar, they have highs and lows. So it's important to have a plan set in motion. So when you do have that low period, something's already behind you. Now you won't get too far off track, right? What can we do to ensure we follow through with our consistency? Plan, set goals, and do it every day. So consistency works when we do something repetitively, and we have to do it every day. So in the beginning, anything new will seem strange, right? Let's say, I always say working out. Let's say you want to work out. You can't go from not working out to working out hard for an hour a day. You're going to get overwhelmed and burnt out. You might damage your muscles. So you got to do it over time. So maybe 5 times a week, you start off with 20 minutes and then 30 minutes, and then you work your way up. That's how consistency works. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to be kind with yourself. And we can't put too much on ourselves if we never done anything before. But practicing these routines over and over again will ensure that consistency follows through. Consistency is also hard, especially when you're already struggling and you have a hectic life as well. That's why, again, it's important to have a plan set in motion and have these goals. I think minor goals are important because it helps you stay on track and it helps you stay on focus. That's why I started doing them last year, because I know I tend to get so overwhelmed in my thinking and my thought process that I sometimes can neglect day-to-day activities. Like you have to know yourself and you have to know your weaknesses and your strengths. And I know I can get overwhelmed if I don't write things down. And so I made an effort to write things down. I write them in a book, a planner. I'll also put it in my phone. So that way I don't have to worry about this, right? Set alarms on your phone if you want to do something like from bill payments, and if I have to go to the doctors or shopping, I make appointments in my phone so that I could have a reminder that, okay, I need to do this. So I don't have to worry about it for this day. I can worry about what I need to in this day. Focus on each day as it comes. Do what you can in that day. I think sometimes we try to fit everything into one day. We cannot do everything in one day. We are not super people. We weren't built like that. This year, try not to overwhelm yourself with so much that it backtracks you from getting your desired result. This year, it's okay to say no to some things. It's okay to let go of some things. It's okay to not allow outside people to affect what you're trying to do with yourself. I think a lot of times we get overwhelmed because of people want so much from us that we have nothing for ourselves. So this year, set yourself up for success, and not just financial success or not or like everyday success, but also your mental success, emotional success, spiritual success. I think all of these things are connected, and it's important to discover who you are and know your limits and know your boundaries, know what you want, and then go after it. A lot of times we can't achieve our goals because we allow outside people to tarnish our thought process. We're in charge of ourselves, right? All our answers that we need are inside of us. And it's important that we know ourselves. The only way to get to that place is to do self-reflection. This is through meditation. All meditation is simply sitting in a quiet place, or if you have to do it in your car, for a few moments of the day and ask yourself, am I where I need to be? And if I'm not, how do I get there? How do I push myself past the mental pain that I'm feeling right now? Mental anguish, I think, is one of the worst things because it can cause and manifest into physical problems as well. When you suffer from anxiety and panic, you have heart palpitations. Like lately, I started getting hives. I started getting increased chest pains. I started shaking more often. So pay attention to where you are mentally, right? We're trying to get to the place where no, maybe mental illness, there's no cure, but there are things that we can do to lessen the effects of it. And these things that I listed can help take some pressure off, right? If you plan, set goals, and be consistent in the planning and the goal setting, a lot of times our worry won't be seem so tough on us. I think sometimes we are so comfortable in where we are that we don't want to do better. And I felt at this as well. Sometimes last year I got way too comfortable. I know that I could have did more. And so what I'm going to do this year is not get so comfortable that I lose focus on what I want to achieve for myself and not allow outside peoples to hinder me from getting to where I need to be. Don't allow yourself to hinder yourself from getting where you need to be. People can stop us, and we stop ourselves a lot of times. Our thoughts stop us, our excuses stop us, right? Yes, we have mental health illness and we have to fight through it every day. It's a struggle, right? You fight for yourself every day because you deserve to be here. You deserve to live a life that you want to create, but also know when to tap yourself on the shoulder and like, hey, we need to get up, we need to do this. I think over time, when we do more things that improve our quality of life, like speaking life into ourselves, like speaking positive affirmations, doing the meditation. I keep talking about meditation because I think it's important that we learn and we start practicing this because it allow us to get in touch with a deeper part of ourselves. A lot of times we don't know what we want because we don't listen to ourselves. We listen to everyone else. And so doing this will ensure you that you set those goals that you want to achieve. And whatever goals you set, that's for you, right? No one has to know about it unless you have trusted people that you can have that conversation with that won't stomp on your dreams and goals. Some people don't want to see you succeed, even if to everyone else it seems minor, but to you is a major thing, right? And I think that's a lot of times we surround ourselves with too much negativity, negative people, environment. Social media is negative. Sometimes our thought processes. Sometimes, so I think this year we need to wean out the negativity in our lives so that we can achieve those goals that we plan to set, right? How does your mindset affect your thought process? So our mind is so powerful, right? Our mind can keep us at a depressed state. Our mind can keep us at a spiraling out of control. That's what I call it. That's how my thoughts become. They become so overwhelming. They start running on top of each other. I mean, you can't see it, but literally that's what it seemed like in my head. So I think it's important that we try to change our mindset. And this is hard because we are so used to thinking one way, but I challenge you this year to be more positive in yourself, no matter what your situation is. No, don't never compare your life to someone else's. Right? We sit here and think people are doing better than us or worse than us. All we need to do is focus on ourselves. If you pay more attention to yourself, everything on the outside wouldn't matter. But I think because we were taught to be so competitive that we always comparing ourselves to others, and we don't have to do that. We are put here for a reason and a purpose. We have gifts, right? Each individual has their own unique special gifts, and that's the goal to reach, right? That's what we need to unlock. But we'll never get to that point of seeing who we really are because we're still stuck in this mindset because we allow everything to affect us, even ourselves. What can you do today to create your own reality? Plan, goal setting, and being consistent in all of that. So today, if you have time, since Monday, let's Monday start afresh, right? Write down simple goals that you want to achieve every day, whether it's meditation and prayer, exercise, um, taking your vitamins, anything minor, right? Set it. Then set a weekly goal that you want to achieve every week. Do that today. Go to the dollar store. It's only $1. get a planner, or if you don't have money for that, if you have paper at home and your phone, do something today that will ensure that you stay on track for this new year. I know a lot of us set New Year's resolution goals and we never achieve them. We got to stop doing that to ourselves. Set things that are achievable. Don't overwhelm yourself. If you're okay with being the same, that's fine. If you're happy, that is fine. This is for people that are tired of doing the same thing over and over again and no results are achieved. We can't expect new results if we keep consistently doing the same thing over. And see, that's how you feel. We consistently do the same things over, but we expect different results. So we have to consistently challenge ourselves. A lot of times we're scared to challenge ourselves, right? We get fearful because we don't know who we really are. And so when, let's say, an opportunity arises and it could be beneficial to us, but because of the state that we're in, because we're so comfortable where we're at, we don't try to do better. So this year, don't try to do better, just do better. Become the best person you can be. Become your C every day. It's important, right, that we realize our potential. And again, don't compare it to someone else. You're uniquely designed for you, right? You're the only person that can do what you do. You're the only person that can have the conversations you have and have the thought process you have and have the spirit that you have and the emotions you have. So run with that. Create your reality. Become who you need to be. You control the road in which you want to travel. Our mental illness sometimes prohibits us from moving. That's why it's imperative to have a plan set in motion so when a problem arises, you are protected. You owe it to yourself to live the life you want. Think, manifest, and write a lot. Put into action, execute, create yourself every day. So it's important that we do that every day. And today, I know it's rainy outside. Sometimes the rain affects how we feel. Try to do something today that'll set you up for success for tomorrow. So if you are working on not trying to eat out, you must meal prep. I started meal prepping about a month ago on Sundays. Chop veggies and fruits for the week. Bam, my lunch is set for the week. Breakfast is the same every day, so I don't really need to meal prep. So set yourself up for success. If you know you're rushing early in the morning, try to get up about 30 minutes early. What I plan on doing for this new year to get myself, because I do work in the morning, to make sure that I stay relevant in my success, I want to get up 30 minutes early so that I can, sorry, I kind of stuttered a little bit, so that I can make sure that my day is set up for success by posting, by do whatever I need to meditate, allow myself time to get in touch with myself, to do what I need to do for me. And that's what I want people to get out. Do what you need to do for yourself. A lot of times we're running around trying to do everything for everybody and we neglect ourselves. I feel like a lot of times we want to people please, but we have to take care of the most important person, and that is ourselves. If we are not taking care of ourselves, we get overwhelmed. There's nothing that we can give, right? And then this is when we feel depleted, and this is when those thoughts start overtaking us. So take care of yourself in every way that you can. And remember that it's okay to be who you are, but if you're not okay with where you are, it's time to do something different. How do you do something different? By planning, setting those goals, and being consistent in every effort that you have. Consistency over time makes change. And what happens when change comes about is it opens door for new and better things. You want doors open for you when you're not ready to walk through them. And that's what I believe. Doors will be open for us when we're in the mindset and the right thought process for them to be open for us. There's abundance in the universe, right? In the world for us to have, but we're not ready for it. So if you want to get more than what you have, if you want to achieve more, you have to become the best version of yourself to be in that position in order to receive that. And that will be it for this week. I am thankful for each and every one of you. I know last week we were on vacation, but I want to thank everyone that tunes in and watches and share. I appreciate it very much. And I'm very grateful for everyone. I celebrated a year of being on the station, and I'm very thankful for having this platform in order to reach more people, to bring more awareness to mental health, bring more conversation. If you're ever interested in learning about holistic approach to mental health, you can always reach out to me, have a conversation. Also, it's important that we show people appreciation and gratitude. So thank you everyone that has been watching for this year and been toughening out. I appreciate the support. Let's bring more awareness, more opportunities, more ways to heal to the people in our community above and beyond. Don't forget to visit my website and subscribe, www.becomeyourc.com. Follow me on Instagram at Become Your C, Facebook BYC Become Your C, YouTube BYC Become Your C. Also, I'm on TikTok at Become Your C. Also, if you're interested in my book, Become Your C, 21 Poems to Ignite Your Spiritual Journey, or if you are interested in the chakra jewelry, you can message me as well. I think it's important this year that we meet those goals that we want to have. Let's not keep letting a year lapse every year and we don't reach the goals that we set for ourselves. Put it on paper, put it in front of you so that you can see it every day. Even make an audio. We have recorders on our phone. Make an audio so you can hear yourself. Speak life into yourself. And that way you can achieve the goals that you set for yourself. Remember, consistency over time over wins. So be consistent in your efforts every day. Fall in love with yourself so the world can fall in love with you. Till next time.